Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen. We're here at Bristol, Tennessee for the night race for the BeelineSim series. I'm your host, Christian Snyder. I'm going to be joined by Earl James tonight. Say hi to everyone, Earl.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me, Christian. This should be a great race tonight. The BeelineSim series never disappoints. There's great racing here, so thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Hell yeah, man. It's Bristol. It's going to be a packed house. Doesn't look like it. The stands look pretty empty on my screen, but they're filing in. It's going to be a great show. A lot of beating and banging out there already in practice. A lot of tempers already in practice. I can't wait for the race. But first, we're going to go trackside for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Now to Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Alright, and we are back as qualifying is going to wrap up here. And it looks like
It
Brad
looks like,
Boyer got pole there.
yeah, and that's our points leader. You know that points battle here in the BeelineSim series. It's tough, and he's our points leader right now, but he doesn't have a win this year, so you know he's hungry. He wants to get that win to lock himself into the playoffs.
Yeah, Ronnie Norman was the one that was battling with Brad Boyer just a few weeks ago. He got his first win and he locked himself in. So tonight, Bristol comes up. He says, "Nah, I ain't racing." He puts his rookie James Nutt into the car to give his first BeelineSim start. Look where he qualifies too, 6th place.
Yeah, that's a solid run, and James was running well in practice. You know, Ronnie Norman's fast in that 25 car, and I think it's safe to assume that he put a fast replacement in there, that 25 car. Keep an eye on him. And Ronnie was able to get himself locked in. I ran that race at Mid-Ohio. He had to work for it every lap there. Rob Haynes had him down to half a second on the last lap, and he managed to lock himself in. So Brad Boyer will definitely be looking to do the same tonight.
I was disappointed that I missed that. The Mid-Ohio sports course, however many words are in that. I don't own that track, and I did not realize I didn't own it until the night of the broadcast, and I had like $3 to my name, and I was like, well, that's gonna work out real well. So wasn't able to broadcast, unfortunately. And the week beforehand, I was actually racing. So this is my first time back in about 3 weeks. So I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, we're happy to have you back so we can catch this, exciting Beeline racing. It was one of the best series. We had the best league on all of iRacing, I believe. So it's gonna be a great race tonight. I'm glad we get to catch it. It was a great race last week. It was a real endurance race. You had to fight for every inch. You had to be perfect all day.
Tell you what, it's going to be the same thing here. You just got to be, clean, keep your car in one piece, and make it to the end. That's the strategy for every Bristol race. But it seems every time I race Bristol, my strategy doesn't work out. It's just keeping in one piece, and usually by lap 5, it's in about 7 pieces.
Field's coming around here. Should be a good one. It was a rough race last night in the truck race. It's real hard to pass here. So we'll see how patient they are at the start of this thing.
There's usually 3 keys to Bristol. It's keep the car in one piece, patience, and drive it hard. They're counterbalancing almost. Like you want to be patient, but you also want to drive it hard when you have to. So there's 2 different ways. As the pace car pulls off here, Brad Bohr is waiting for the green flag to drop, and there it goes. Big stack up on the inside. Looks like the 62 had a little bit of trouble there. Did the 05 already get into the wall there?
That looked like the 05 went up there, following the 17, just managed to clip it a little. He's still running hard behind him there, side by side with Trevor Roppolo tonight. It looks like Brad Bohr's maintaining a little bit of a lower line here as he's trying to extend his lead.
Yeah, which normally the outside works here. Maybe they put that grippy stuff down, as Brad Keselowski calls it.
PJ1 out here, PB&J on the track. If Dale Jr. had his way, we lay some mayo out there. Jonathan Boger trying to make this outside line work, see if he can't get up to Brad Bohr. It looks like these guys managed to get a lot of rubber down in practice. I see as I go through the field a lot of experimentation with different parts of the track. They're trying to use all the track they can to try to run down each other. Track position is so important here. And two of the fastest guys in the field, Justin Michael and Chris Watkins, they both had to start in the back. They weren't able to qualify tonight. That's not their point series. Justin Michael, he's now up to 9th. Chris Watkins battling it out in 13th position right now. Those are 2 guys to watch right now. Josh Susie as well runs really well here.
Yeah, Chris Watkins and Justin Michael, two of the better fill-in drivers, as they call it here, to BeelineSim. It's not their series, but they come up here and they put on a hell of a show.
Chris Watkins, he's the Texas Tornado. He's come in, he's won 3 Cup races. He drives for Team Gilly, in the truck series, my teammate, and the guy just brings a lot of knowledge to the table. He's so fast and he's so determined to win. And of course, we all know Justin Michael, 6 truck wins this year. He's definitely the favorite to win the championship in the Stop Truck Series.
I'm hoping to be the upset there up against Justin Michael. I mean,
yeah, you'll have to get in line behind me, Chris.
I'm hoping. I don't know. I'm hoping Justin somehow slips up and understands. Never know.
Brad Bohr and Jonathan Boger managed to really set themselves apart here.
And it looks like Brad Bohr changed his line. He's now running like the middle of the track now.
There's a good battle for 3rd back here with James Lehman and Trevor Roppolo. 2 serious contenders in this series. Won a lot of races.
Oh, and they reckon.
Oh, and Lehman gets the wall.
Oh, he kept it in straight there.
Yeah, it was a good job hanging on to it. The broadcasting curse.
Tell you what, it was in full effect the last time I broadcast, and it might be in effect tonight. I don't know. 'Cause I talked about how James Nunn was a good, rookie to have in this series, and he's back to ninth now, falling back there.
Yeah, and we see a few cars coming to the front there as they just passed James Nunn. Josh Susie trying to get Matthew George here, and Justin Michael also. He's headed to the front.
You see white cars on your screen, that's just because Trading Paints is updating. It's not anything wrong. We're just trying to get Trading Paints to work. So I updated it, but I can't find the update file, so we're using an old version.
Yeah, for anyone that's familiar with iRacing, Trading Paints, and I'll let you down sometime.
Oh,
and
here
it
we
looks
go.
like
Justin Michael and Josh
Susie gets
Susie.
25 caught up in that.
20? Man. That just looked like possibly Susie thought he was clear, went to go up, and was not clear.
Yeah, you can see the 61 everyone on his outside. He was careful getting up there, and then he just barely put it in. He thought he was clear, and that's interesting. He was having issues with his spotter during practice, and I wonder if that contributed in any way. And you see the 25, James Nunn came in there after, and George Munger as well. Looks like caught up in that one.
Yeah, a lot of cars tangled up in that one. A lot of good cars, too.
So hit pit road here. See how the strategy starts to play out. I know those guys are excited to get a 20-lap run in here to start this thing. Truck race was a little hectic last night. Everybody not giving them a lot of room, and we had a lot of netcode issues as well. And so I know these guys are real excited that we have something going here.
Oh, we know last night that Scotty made a guess the amount of caution. So let's do the same thing tonight. Those watching, go ahead and take a guess at how many cautions there's going to be tonight. And if you get it right, we'll give you a pat on the back. We don't have any prizes. I mean, I can maybe throw. I don't know, a nail clipper. I have a nail clipper right here. I don't know if you want that though. That's about all I got.
I'm hearing from race control that that's net code on that one. But there was a little bit of space between them, and Susie came up around there. That's the call from race control.
Well, if race control calls it, it's true.
Yeah, we have one of our hard-working admins in there race controlling tonight, so this should be a good one. I'm going to say we have one caution here. It's lap 22. I'm going with 5 cautions on the event.
I'd say later in the race, cautions breed cautions. We're going to have 9.
Looks like
Going
Brad
kind of
Boyd's
big,
going to
but
be the
not
leader.
too big. Jim Westerfield, I believe, stayed out and got a lap led, so bonus point for him.
And you see the 2 of Chad Angle. He's about to take a wave around here. Brad Bohr still in the lead after they cycle through pit stops. Jonathan Boger still there behind him. Trevor Offlow and James Lehman, 3rd and 4th. Still battling for track position here, even off the pit.
I'm surprised more people didn't stay out to get track position. I mean, track position's key here.
Yeah, I imagine a 20-lap run. Everybody probably wanted tires. It's too early in the race to push it. A lot of lessons learned last night, I imagine. We got Caleb Sheets there. Caleb Sheets got his first win of the season at Iowa. He's last year's champion.
Brad Bohr with a good restart there.
And we see Bohr now. He's taking a middle lane here. He's not being as aggressive on the bottom on this restart as he was last time. But he's still down there. Jonathan Boger's still trying to make it work on the outside. Just like the last run, we see that those two cars, they're starting to get out. They're in a field of their own, and Trevor Roppolo and James Lehman are battling a little bit here, and Caleb Sheets trying to reel them in.
Yeah, Trevor Roppolo, I think, said that he was best at short tracks earlier in the season. He was a short track type of guy. I think I remember him saying that, so kind of surprised to see him in third place right now.
And he looks to be moving forward here. He's starting to reel Jonathan Boger in now.
Tell you what, he's really flirting with that wall. It looks like he already tagged it a few times. That's what's prone to happen here in Bristol. When the outside lane is the preferred lane, you're going to get into the wall every once in a while. It's almost the I don't know. It's not the lady in black. It's the girl in black. I mean, it's smaller than Darlington, so we got to call it the girl in black.
And just an update from that first caution. Chris Watkins also still on pit road. So that's a few fast guys taken out there. Susie Watkins and Justin Michael. I'm showing 15 cars on the lead lap right now.
And unfortunate for James Nunn, too. He didn't get to show how much of a threat he could be. No, he did pretty good in his debut in the trucks.
Yeah, he did good in the trucks, and he was running inside the top 10 there. It looked like he was just trying to be patient and not push the issue too early, and it's unfortunate to see him out of this race so early. Jonathan Boger's starting to reel Brad Bohr in a little bit more here. Push the issue early. You know, as the two leaders,
James Lehman. Sorry about that, but James Lehman just got sideways going into the corner, stacked up Caleb Sheets, Douglas Hess, and I believe it was Matthew George that went down on the apron and got loose.
Wow, great catch there. Yeah, Lehman, of course, involved in that incident earlier with Trevor Roppolo. As he tags the wall again a little bit here. Jason O'Connor trying to come by now.
James has got to be careful. That safety rating, he's going to kill it if he keeps hitting the wall.
Yeah, it's still early in this race. Right now, you just want to hold on to track position. You really need to get a hang of it. And he might be a little affected by the damage he incurred earlier in the race. It might have affected the handling of that car. It's not really performing the way he needs it to. And you could just be seeing the effect of that now.
Almost contact.
Yeah. Trying to come by this lap car, Todd Gilly. That's my owner in the truck series. Yeah, and they almost got a little caught up there trying to joggle for position as he came by.
We got a battle for the lead here. Boger has caught up to him. Oh, and a caution here.
Caution.
Looks like Frank Russell and Chad Engel here involved.
I can see the 45.
Chad
tapped the wall, and 45 had nowhere to go there.
And 45 kind of just ping-ponged him down the backstretch after he got into him, hit him about 4 times. Kind of like, come on, clear off the track already. Here you go. Not too much damage to them, but definitely not any winning cars there.
You see there, that was just a mistake, and that's what Bristol does. You got to really try to last, save your equipment, and he made a small mistake there. And And then the 45 paid the price. And it was just about to get exciting. Jonathan Boger had caught Brad Bohr. He was going to push the issue there. You know, as the leader here at Bristol, you want to be the first one to get the lap traffic.
And after these guys come out of pit road, we're going to bring up Brad Bohr. Hopefully not give him the broadcast curse. I'm afraid to, but we're going to bring him up, talk to him, see what his strategy is to stay out front, and yeah, see what's going on in the number 15 Monster Energy machine.
It's a great looking car, isn't it? We have a lot of great looking cars in the field. Everybody's really stepped up their paint game the last few weeks, especially approaching Darlington.
Tell you what, being the personal painter for Ronnie Norman Racing, I can tell you they have some pretty good throwback schemes in line. Haven't released them yet, but they're in the works. They are in the works.
Yeah, exciting. That's what's so fun about Throwback Weekend. You know, Darlington's an exciting track anyway, and you get to have all that nostalgia and see all the cars that you love throughout the ages. We have some cars coming out of Team Gilly as well. We haven't released them yet.
Let's go ahead and bring Brad Bohr down here real quick. Hey, Brad Bohr, it's Christian and Earl up here in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
Hey, you led the first about 39 laps of this race. You've been out front all this time, and now you're going to be restarting 6th. How do you think you're going to handle now that you're in traffic here?
Well, it's definitely going to be different. Track position seems to be everything right now. I think we're just going to have to be patient and try to work my way back up there.
I know these pace laps at Bristol are super short. I'm sure you guys are about to get to 1 to green here. But we just wanted to see how you were handling it. Looked like you were running a different lane than everyone else, kind of that low lane. Is it really working out for you really good, or is the high lane the place to be?
In the beginning of the run, the low lane works, but top gets better as the night goes on for sure.
All right, well, we'll let you get to this restart. Good luck out there. Hopefully we talk to you later tonight.
10-4, thanks.
Very short pace laps here at Bristol. Very short.
Yeah, as we're about to go green here, it looks like Mike Bellard's going to be our leader.
Oh, and Ralph Vandervoort with a lot of damage stayed out there, and that's going to back up the outside lane of James Lehman. Oh, and now he gets turned by Trevor Roppolo as he comes down, and now Roppolo up to the outside. Douglas Hess involved. Wow. Oh, man. Just James Lehman getting a little bit too aggressive on that restart and kind of drove down into Trevor.
As Lehman goes, and the 66, as you mentioned, had some damage, and he gets a big run. As he checks up, he goes to take the inside line on the 66 and just turns himself on the 90.
And 26 couldn't quite check up, turns the 90, and it stacks up from there.
We'll have to see what the damage is like on those two cars with Lehman and Roppolo. They both drove away from the accident. Not sure if they're going to be the factors that they were before. And we see Bristol takes more victims. This is a tough track, and it's really easy to get caught up in stuff, as it was last night. And it's really going to play into the way this race plays out. You saw Brant Morrow stay out there, and now he has some track position. And he had actually gotten out to a good lead there. So,
tell you what, watching Brad Bohr's view, he barely escaped that. He just happened to be on the outside lane there on that restart, so maybe that 6th place was a good thing for him.
And it's a good thing he managed to make it through there. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, some playoff implications on the line there. And you hate to see guys get caught up in accidents like that, where everyone just needs to kind of take a deep breath sometimes. But it's Bristol, and you're fighting for every inch. Track position is important. It's good to see him make it through it. I see Jonathan Boger still here, so Caleb Sheets as well. We got a lot of strong contenders still in this field.
With that caution, we're now up to 3 cautions here. So we're 2 away from your prediction here.
Yeah, it looks like I might have missed the mark on that one.
Just a tad.
Hopefully these guys can get it worked out. You know, we have a history of sometimes, you know, in all of iRacing, things get hairy in the beginning of a race, and a few people go out, and everybody kind of learns their lesson, and you can manage to get good long runs in at the end. But we'll have to see as this thing unfolds.
Tell you what, Jonathan Boger now, out of the two fastest cars, he's the closest to the front. That could be good for him now that he's in front of Brad Borer. Maybe all he needed was that clean air to his nose. Maybe he'll be a lot better now.
Yeah, and we'll have to pay attention to that. That really could have been the move of the race, is Boger beating Borer off pit road. Track position, as we've been saying, is important, and once they get out on that run, it's really hard to pass. And, you know, we saw Jonathan Boger reel him in already. So now that he's already in front of them, and now it's Brad Borer that has to catch Jonathan Boger. You know, we'll see how long Mike Dullard can make it work here, and Ralph Van der Vorst as well, see if their track position gamble pays off. But those two guys, you're going to want to pay attention to where they are in relation to each other, because right now, on that winning strategy, Jonathan Boger has the advantage.
Go the restart for the third time here. Mike Dillard now in the lead position here. Brad Borer almost got under Jonathan here. Trying to get it.
And Brad Borer, just like we said, he wants to force that issue. No matter what, he wants to make sure he's in front of the 7.
And
that's
like
helping
comes.
Mike Dullard out. Mike Dullard's going to be able to try to extend his lead here as these guys battle behind him.
Oh, here we go. Pass for the lead
Boger
here, Jonathan Boger now. Oh, but now that left the open, or the outside open
Caution
for Brad, and we have another caution here. It looks like Todd Gilly collected, the number 20 also involved. It's like Todd just scrapes the wall and comes down and does a little tornado off the wall there.
Yeah, it looks a lot like what happened with Chad Angle in 45 earlier. Just made a little mistake, scraped the wall, and that rebound with him.
Yeah, it's a tough break for Todd there.
Yeah, I drive for Todd in the truck series, help him run this team. I'm the general manager at Team Gilly. That's unfortunate. You know, I know he's working really hard to try to make these playoffs on points, and yeah, I hate to see that. Scott Seaman also drives in the truck series, so.
Well, while we have this caution, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. We'll be right back with you. You won't miss them riding around under caution. I know how exciting it is to watch these guys roll around under caution, so we won't let you guys miss that. Come on now.
This is the finish line. You don't get here by quitting the race a few laps early or by driving at half throttle. You get here by giving it 100%. So if you're a sim racer, why would you settle for a steering wheel that's only 80% of what you need? Instead, upgrade your stock G27 with a full-size wheel from BeelineSim products. BeelineSim provides customized controls and systems integration for the sim racer that's looking for an extra edge over the competition. Our wheel upgrade kits are pre-wired to plug right into your G27 with no loss of button or shift indicator functionality. Everything comes complete, including a full-size 13.5-inch Grant Formula GT wheel, HDPE adapter hub, button plate made from 1/4-inch ABS plastic, along with all of the connectors and mounting hardware you need. So why settle for 80% of a wheel when you can have 100% with an upgrade kit from BeelineSim? This is the finish line. This is Beeline. Visit us at BeelineSim.com. The Desk Dash from BeelineSim, a fully functional USB-powered gauge cluster for your sim rig that comes with a 10,000 RPM tachometer, oil temperature, water temperature, oil pressure, and fuel level gauges. At BeelineSim, we integrate professional-grade gauges from Marshall Instruments, control hardware and software from simprojects.com, and our own cross connects and chassis fabrication to bring you a plug-and-play solution that is pre-tested, pre-assembled, and pre-configured. The Desk Dash has a programmable shift indicator, warning indicators, and your choice of orange or white backlighting with the flick of a switch. The Desk Dash, only from BeelineSim. If you're looking for realism, it doesn't get any better than this. This is the finish line. This is Beeline. Visit us on the web at BeelineSim.com.
And we are back, and they are going green here. The pace car goes away, and the throttle is down. That was perfect timing.
Yep, Mike Dullard's going to pull out here. Brad Bohr and Jonathan Boger get back to battling as they have this entire event.
What Brad needs to wait for is Boger to go underneath the lard, and then Bohr can go up to the outside and pass him. That's the only way. Oh, Brad almost got underneath Boger there. That could have been bad.
Brad's trying to get inside of him there. Jonathan's trying to pass for the lead. And they're side by side. Brad Bohr's looking. We see Jason O'Connor and Brant Morrow battling behind them. It's really getting intense here. Now Brad trying to make it work on the outside of the 17. If he can follow 71 through there, he has the preferred lane. Oh, the 15 looked like he thought about 3 wide, and you don't want to go 3 wide here. Mike Dullard as well, that tire strategy. You know, he's got these guys battling behind him, and he's able to maintain the lead right now. So this is working out well for him. So good to see Jason O'Connor running well. This guy puts in a lot of time and practice. He's such a great dude. Looks like he's going third now. Jonathan Boger's a little trapped in that bottom lane. As he moves up in front of Brant Morrow there in the 7, trying to get the outside lane. Brad Bohr working hard to get by Brant Morrow here. Or I'm sorry, Mike Dullard.
I don't know what he's going to have to do. I mean, that inside's just not working. He might have to do a little bump and run. It's what it usually comes to whenever there's only one line. You have to use the bumper.
And if you don't use the bumper and you can't get position on that guy before the guy behind you gets to your outside, you're gonna lose a few positions. And they're starting to stack up here, 3rd through 8th. James Lehman, you see him back in the frame. Caleb Sheets there.
Looked like Sheets got into the back of the 7 of Brant Morrow because Brant has damage on the back bumper. Oh, here comes Brad. He got a good run off of that corner. I say and that corner because I can't tell. I can't tell if that's 4 or 2. Look the same.
He's gonna have to get by him here before Mike Dullard can get that momentum back. You see Jason O'Connor trying to stick it to Brad's outside. If Brad loses this battle of momentum and O'Connor can get to his outside, that's going to be O'Connor's position after a while. And all Brad moves back up to the outside. Mike Dullard doing everything he can to stay out front. This is a great battle. BeelineSim series never lets you down.
Now Caleb Sheets trying to get underneath Brant Morrow here. He's trying to make it work on the inside.
He almost got it, but you see now that outside lane. It's hard to clear a guy without just closing the door on him. doing a little slide job.
And now that outside lane, it's kind of, honestly, you get shuffled. If you pull out, it's like a plate track. You don't have any momentum. You just fall back as far as until you get a hole in the line.
Yeah, it'll take a few laps as well for, you can hold your own down there for a little while, but eventually you start to use up your tires.
Oh, is Mike Dillard into the wall?
That's a nice
And
job.
again
Everybody
here.
messing up using the wall again. You see Boger.
Oh, man. Here goes a wreck. Brant Morrow, James Lehman, multiple other cars, David Bordney. There's that Matthew George as well.
Wow, that was a big wreck there.
It all started with Dillard getting into the wall. Looks like
and
he
you see the 17 starts spinning a little, and he gets into the 7, takes out the 05. I believe that's Matthew George, David Bordney coming in at the end.
But yeah, in total, 6 cars in that one.
And it looked like the 17 was just trying to save it there. I'm not sure. It didn't look like there was any contact between the 7 and the 17. It might have been some net code. Behind them, Dillard had gotten in the wall again, but the accident happens in front of him.
Chad Angle going to stay out and lead a lap.
Caught up in another one. Every point matters coming down to these playoffs.
Brad Borer wins the race off pit road there. Chad Angle's still going to stay out. Now, I'm not sure if that's I don't know. That car is severely damaged. Unless he's coming in this time.
Yeah, Chad Angle hits pit road. I believe Brad Borer is going to be the leader now.
And Thomas in the chat saying patience is going to run out, and that's exactly what is going to happen. If they're all stacked up on the outside like that, patience is going to run out, and the bumpers are going to start, coming out. So, and that might have been why Mike got into the wall. I didn't see exactly. I know Brad was to his inside. I don't know how he got to his inside, but he just overran the corner, it looked like, and got into the wall. But you got to have patience here, like we said in the pre-race. Patience is the number 2 key. Number 1 is keeping the car in one piece, which I only see like 2 or 3 cars still in one piece.
Last night in the truck race, there was only 1 car left at the end that was completely clean with a 0X. That was Justin Michael, your raceman. I would just like to point out Brad Borer's car looks pretty good right now. Jason O'Connor as well, and that Ford behind him.
Hey, literally, Brad Borer, Jason O'Connor, and Caleb Sheets. Oh, nope, not even Caleb Sheets. Brad Borer, Jason O'Connor, and Jonathan. Nope, not even Jonathan Boger. Okay, yeah, Brad Borer and Jason O'Connor, that's it.
It's Bristol, baby.
It's Bristol, baby. If it ain't dinged up, it ain't Bristol.
I'll have to watch on this restart here. Brad Borer, he was the dominant car early, and he managed to hang on a track position there battling with Jonathan Boger. Well, Jonathan Boger's behind him now, and he has a little damage. So Brad Borer is going to be the control car here, and I think he's going to want to try to run away with this because Jason O'Connor on the outside of him, he's no scrub. He's going to really take a shot at him. They go green here. Lap 82 in this BeelineSim Series race at Bristol. See, Brad Borer takes off nicely.
Jason O'Connor is still sticking with him here, using that outside lane to his advantage.
And O'Connor wants to commit to the outside lane right now. Borer's going to use up that inside, like you said earlier. It works good on new tires in the early parts of the run. You can see the 72 kind of using up the inside line on the exit there for but he's strictly running the high line. He wants to maintain that position. You see Caleb Sheets trying to challenge behind him. He's going to have to run that high line to defend himself. So,
you know what's absolutely not surprising one bit? The top 3 are veterans to this league. The rest of the top 10 are all rookies. It shows that experience matters at a place like Bristol.
Absolutely. You got to know when to push the issue and when not to. Track position is obviously important, and those restarts are going to get more and more wild as we go on here because these guys understand the track position is so hard to get. You can see them stringing out right now, running single file. There's a couple of 2-car battles throughout the track, so then it's so hard to pass. Like you said, you either got to use that bumper or there you go, there's caution somewhere on the track.
Trying to find it here.
Looks like the 05
like
of James Lehman again.
And this time his engine's smoking. I think he's finally done.
I was just about to mention him as well, so this is not on the broadcasters. But he was running in 5th or 6th position there after all that's already happened to him before this. He was running 5th or 6th, still, he was kind of a contender there. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to bounce back from this one.
He just came down, scraped off of Ralph's door, and brought out the caution there. He's got to be careful that isn't his second cause caution.
That was a pretty short run, so I believe our leaders stayed out here. I imagine that if any of the leaders had pit, there would have been some people staying out. So strategy continues to play out. See Chris Watkins, Christian, and was number 39. He got caught up in that first caution, and that was unfortunate. He's still back out here trying to prevent a DNF, running a lot of laps down. His owner, Todd Gilly, has deemed him with the nickname Texas Tornado after all this winning that he does. So we threw the Tasmanian Devil on the rear of that car. He's a Texas Tornado. We were looking to get out there and contend tonight, but he's going to keep driving this car in the BeelineSim series from here on out. So that's going to be someone to keep your eye on. He's going to try to run it for this owner's championship and grind down the rest of the season. And I'm seeing only 10 cars on the lead lap right now.
Yeah, 10 cars on the lead lap, and of them only 2 cars remain without damage. And one of them being Jason O'Connor, he's having a hell of a night. That's just one name I don't normally say for being up in the top 5, and I'm glad to see him running up here so well.
Yeah, it's good to see someone driving a Ford up there, putting it in contention.
I know, right?
Jason O'Connor's a great race car driver, He really is meticulous in the way he races. He's a really good guy. I love watching his streams with Mike Kenner. They're rated mature, but they're hilarious. I believe that's a DQ I'm hearing from race control for the 05, the second incident in this race.
Yeah, he did speed down pit road like he already knew that was his fault, so he was kind of already aware of that, and yeah, his night is done.
We'll see Jonathan Boger restarting behind Brad Borer here. This is the battle it's been the whole race long, the 15 and the 17. And Jason O'Connor in that Ford's managed to assert himself in this Chevy-dominated series here. So these restarts are going to get more and more important as we get closer to the end.
Wow, and Brad really nailed that one.
And Jonathan's going to manage to get the position here on the inside of O'Connor, just follow Brad through there. Jason, not with a very good restart.
Got a battle here for third now between Caleb Sheets and, or fourth, I mean, Caleb Sheets and Ralph Vanderhorst there. Caleb Sheets going to easily take that.
got in the wall a little bit there on the entry. Yeah, Caleb Sheets going to take that position. Mike Bellard, who we saw lead some laps earlier, he's still running here in the 6th position.
A little bit of right side damage, but still able to stay out there.
Chad Engel, we saw Chad Engel get caught up in an incident earlier in the race. He's running 7th position here. Taking some wave rounds and worked hard. He didn't give up. Jonathan Bogert really keeping Brad Bohr in front of him, but just like before, we see Brad Bohr maintaining his advantage early in the run. Caleb Sheets now in 3rd position, actually. It just looks like he's running these guys down. Caleb Sheets, the 2016 champion, he got his first win at Iowa a few weeks ago, and he's going to be battling hard here going into the playoffs. Somebody you're really going to have to keep your eye on.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's only 1 or 2 spots remaining in the playoffs.
Yeah, I believe there's 3 positions left on points. One of them's Brad Borer, the points leader. As I said, he's going to want to get himself locked in.
And we have a special guest for you, ladies and gentlemen. We have the man himself, Todd Gilly. Todd Gilly, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you guys hear me all right?
Oh, we got you, man.
Yeah, I came up. I had to calm down a little bit after I wrecked my car, but I'm up here. I'm going to watch the rest of the race from up here with you guys till my motor's in. Then I'm going to turn a couple laps and hope to make a couple of spots up.
Yeah,
that's good to have you, Todd.
It's great to have you. I mean, you're one of the best broadcasters out there as far as commentators, man. I was telling Earl about it. You need to get into professional grade broadcasting, man.
Yeah, I don't know if I have the dulcet voice required, but I love racing. I've been watching it since I was a little kid. That was back when the horses were racing, and so yeah, I do enjoy it. And I love broadcasting.
Pretty heated battle happening here now. Caleb Sheets has run down Jonathan Boger, and as we've seen all night, it's just incredibly hard to pass. He's trying to get by him here. Brad Bohr is trying to pull away.
I guarantee you, we get inside with 25 to go, he's going to be wearing off that back bumper, if there's any left.
Yeah, Caleb Sheets reeled that 17 in there. You try and work that bottom, but Earl's right, man. It is really hard to pass here. Not that I was fast enough to pass anybody, but yeah, it is hard to pass. You have to run the top, and then anywhere but the top, you're slow.
Yeah, we've been seeing that all night. It's a real track position game here. Not a lot of cars left after some of those incidents. It's just hard to miss everything. Brad Borer, though, he's continuing to be the class of the field here. Looking to lock himself into the playoffs. These are the guys that show up and get down to the crunch time. He's led the points all year. He shows up every week, and he looks to be the guy to beat tonight.
Yeah, bad Brad tonight.
I like it. Bad Brad. But what? I'm going to be sad to see these Camaros go from the B-line up to the Cup. Be sad to see them go. I don't know what's going to be replacing them.
I think the Camaro will stay in B-line.
Will it? It'll be in both?
Yeah.
That is
it's just like the Toyota Camry.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm almost sure of it.
That'd be pretty cool.
Caleb Sheets looking under that 17 car now, looking hard on the bottom for something.
Yeah, and as Brad Borer said, though, that inside lane is good in the short run, but not in the long. So I don't know if Caleb's going to be able to get it done. He's looking right up Jonathan Boger's bumper. He might be looking to wear it off here a little bit.
When you see him try to get a run off the corner there, and now he's going to dive to the inside. This is something he's been trying to set up over the course of these laps. It's real hard to pass here, and that's what it takes. You really have to work and work and work, and hope that the other guy makes a mistake.
And I don't know. Jonathan Boger's one of those long-run guys. He settles himself in, and he runs some perfect laps. So I don't know if he's not prone to make mistakes.
Brad Bohr now enjoying about a 1 second lead here. He's just continuing to run that high lane. He's running very close to the wall, getting a run off the corner. Got a caution.
Oh, there's a caution. Crash in turn 1.
Oh, David Bordney, right in front of the leaders.
You know, I was just about to say, if that continued, that battle for second and third would have continued for much longer.
Oh, man.
Jason O'Connor was
Bordney
coming.
caught the wall there. And how scary is that? You're running for points in the series. You've been running up front all night. There goes Bohr diving to the bottom. O'Connor barely missing it.
Bordney tried getting going, and instead of backing down onto the apron, he tried going on the track, and Mike Dillard, nowhere to go, runs right into the back of Bordney.
Yeah, you see all the leaders get through there, but it was just barely. That was a bad moment for those guys. Yeah, he gets in the way of that. Was that 62? Mike Dillard, after the fact, way after the fact, trying to pull up. Mike Dillard didn't slow down and hit him right in the ass end.
I don't know why David didn't just let it roll down onto the apron so that he could go then. But he kept going on the track and trying to get it to go, and that's what held everyone up. Tell you what, he got it going after Dillard hit him.
And I'm seeing Jonathan Boger as our leader. I don't know if he stayed out there. It took 2 tires, but Jonathan Boger's gambled here. He's trying to get that track position. You can't pass him on the track. As old DW says, the easiest way to pass people is on pit road.
That's for sure.
Yeah, it looks like he did stay out. Well, who do you guys have winning this thing?
I'm going to have to go with Bad Brad in the number 15 Monster Chevy there. It hasn't looked like anyone's had anything for him tonight. Even when he got behind Boger on that restart earlier, he was still pressuring him every lap. He couldn't make the inside work. We haven't really seen anyone do it yet, but I think if anyone can, it's going to be him.
Did Sheets and Borer pit?
Yeah,
I
they
believe
both pit.
so.
Then Caleb Sheets is going to win the race.
Thomas Lattimore says the same thing in the chat here. He said if Sheets could have passed Jonathan Boger there under that green flag run, he could have done something with Borer. So he thinks Sheets still has something under the hood.
Yeah, Sheets really did move forward there. I think he restarted 6th or 7th. And we saw him pass a few cars, managed to make it work on the outside, once or twice on the inside. So he did show some speed there. And this is a guy who won the 2016 BeelineSim Series Championship without winning a race last year. He won his first race ever at Iowa just a few weeks ago. So this guy is real patient. And I think Lattimore's right. You got to watch Caleb Sheets. But my money's on Brad Bohr.
Well, they pitted. Borer's right there in the front. So, yeah, that's going to come down to those two. I think Boger's going to be a sitting duck on old tires.
I'm throwing caution to the wind and going with Jason O'Connor on this one.
It's a bold pick, Chris.
That is.
Well, he was coming for second and third.
Boger gets a good restart here. You see Brad Bohr hold from the bottom, try to make up ground.
Oh,
and Sheets
no.
and O'Connor get into each other. No.
I gave him the broadcast curse. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, that's
Wow.
That's the old broadcast curse. We need an official sound effect for the broadcast curse when it happens. Like maybe the zoink from Let's Make a Deal. That'd be a good noise. Like Caleb just came up and yeah. Oh man, Caleb got up in the air there. David Bordney involved in that one.
Yeah, and it looked like they were both just
62.
racing for the same piece of real estate. You know, that was a real close accident. You know, they banged doors exiting that corner, and it looked like they were both just kind of exiting in the same spot, barely got each other. But Jason O'Connor had such a good run going. I really hate to see that. Now who's going to lead the charge for the Fords?
Tell you who else hated it. Jonathan Boger. Didn't need to see that. He pulled away.
And now Brad's going to have another chance to get him here. Coming down to about 25 laps to go. Well, it's really been something tonight.
Yeah, it's been quite the carnage.
What's the hashtag? It's Bristol, baby. Anything can happen. Everything did happen.
Yeah, I mean, we see some guys up front now like Chad Engel and Ralph Vandervoort who were caught up in accidents earlier, and they haven't given up, and they're still on the track. They're on the lead lap. Brad Borer, Jonathan Boger, obviously very strong, but the more cautions that have come out, the more opportunities for these guys. So,
talking about cautions, Earl, that was our 8th caution. We are one away from my guess.
Hey, you need to stop predicting so high. You got it right last night as well. So I'm going to put these on you, Christian.
I did. I got it right last night. I got it right tonight, possibly. I don't know if we get one more.
Well,
it's scary.
Well, if you get it right tonight, you need to start predicting 2 and 3. 0.
Yeah, Anthony will message me after the race. Hey, can you predict 0 next time?
You know, the 66 car is also going to be a car to watch here towards the end of this race, because Ralph was 7th quick in practice. He did not qualify well. He qualified 21st, or he didn't qualify at all. But he was 7th quick in practice, and now he finds himself in 3rd position, and he could be a player here coming down to the end.
I don't know. That car is pretty torn up right now.
Got a lot of torn up cars.
Yeah, he's got to deal with all that damage to get around that perfectly clean car, Brad Borer. He's got a lot on his plate, but I mean, crazier things have happened at Bristol.
Double file. Looks like it's 1 degree in here.
Yeah, Borer's the only one with a straight car.
And that's how it went down in the truck race. Justin Michael, the only one with the 0X, won that truck race last night. So. Jonathan Boger got a good restart last time. That's what it's going to be about. It's just restart. As the pace car comes in, we're going green again.
Good jump for Boger.
Yeah, Jonathan Boger out front. You know, that truck race, I was going to go to
win. Slip there. Like, Borer is getting to his inside.
I don't know. Boger can hold him off, I think. Oh, he scraped
Boger
the
caught the wall.
He
hasn't cleared him yet.
He is a man-possessed, that 15 car right now.
17, still keeping it there to the outside.
I think he's cleared him. There he goes. He's cleared.
Borer cleared him. I think that Boger got the wall a little bit again there.
Clear all around.
Bad Brad to the lead.
Now all the spotter is saying is run perfect laps.
You see now Jonathan Boger has to deal with Ralph Vandervoort working hard behind him. And this is exactly what Brad Borer wants to see. He wants to drive away, wants to stay green here. Next 19 laps, get himself locked into the playoffs.
Caution comes out with 6 to go. What do you guys do? Pit for tires or stay out?
There's no way, I think, from my perspective, that you can pit. There's not a lot of lead lap cars anyway. You just want to keep that track position right now. There's not enough laps left to gamble with it.
Definitely, I agree.
I see Boger. He already has a win. If caution comes out, he pits.
That might be that might be something you see. We have a good battle back here in 4th, 5th, and 6th. Chad Engel, Jim Westerfield. Mike Duller behind him. Some guys we haven't seen up front, they just managed to stay in it all race.
'66 car all over the back of that 17 now.
But we've still seen all night. The only way to make a pass here is if the other guy makes a mistake or if you can get it on a restart. It's just so incredibly hard to pass. But Brad Bohr is sailing away.
Yeah, I mean, look how many laps it took Borer to get past him. I mean, it took him 2-3 laps side by side, working them before he could finally get by.
He's got this Monster Energy Chevrolet hooked up, but he's been the class of the field all night. That car's perfectly clean. That's the key. Looking through the field, Jim Westerfield's managed to hold on to fourth. He's got some track position there.
Hey, what? Looking into the eyes of Brad Bohr, they are focused right now.
Oh yeah, you are out there running qualifying laps right now. Just hit your marks every time. Don't make a mistake. You are just a couple of laps from getting yourself into the playoffs.
He is so steady on that wheel.
And you see him attacking it hard here. I don't think he's looking in his mirror at all. He is running away from these guys.
Yeah, he's just he's thinking he's doing lap 1 of qualifying every time he goes around here. Wouldn't be surprised.
Incredible performance.
Yeah, his spotter's probably going, give me a good lap here every single time he comes out of 4.
Vandervoort still working on Jonathan Boger here.
What do we got? 5 to go?
A little over 5 to go. We got about 7 to go. 7 laps remaining. 6 to go at the line here.
Like Brad Bohr can get it done here and get that win. That's just another driver locked in. We only got a few more races before the playoffs here. He'll be locked in. I think that'll only leave 2 spots open.
Honestly, I think it only leaves 1 more spot open. Ron is winning, and now Brad winning. That's only 1 more.
You're absolutely right.
If I idle around on the bottom, will I get credit for the lap in the last lap on pit road?
Yep, just got to finish.
Yeah, as long as you cross, start, finish. As long as you're in pit road, you cross, start, finish.
Brad Bohr getting the job done here.
Oh, Ralph right up Jonathan Boger's bumper. He almost bumped him there.
Yeah, the closing laps here. There's only
Got 2 to
2
go.
or 3 to go.
Yeah, 2 remaining now. Ralph is there.
Brad Bohr is going to come around and take the 1 to go here. White flag.
And Ralph pull it off for second. We know Brad won. Here he goes. Ralph is underneath for second.
And he's got a nose on him, but
Oh, man.
Boger got him to the outside. What an exciting finish. Great battle for second.
Mike Dillard coming in 4th. Chad Engel 5th. Frank Russell barely getting 6th on Jason O'Connor. David Bortney coming away with 8th. Jim Westerfield looks like blowing up across the line, gets 9th. And Chris Watkins going to get a top 10. Coming back out there, gets a top 10.
Yeah, I am so proud of Chris Watkins for coming back out, not getting a DNF, and still managing a top 10.
Me too, man. I'm really happy.
This is going to be an exciting interview with the top 3 there. That was a hard battle at the end.
Got it.
All right, we're back here. We are here with our top three. We made it down here. We're standing with all three of them instead of running all around pit road. We brought them to us, made them do the running. So Todd, I think you're with third place.
Ralph Vandervoorst, Todd Gilly in the booth. You had a great race today, and on what has to be difficult conditions tonight. A lot of cautions. Describe your night for us, please.
Definitely busy, man. I'm not used to running with those guys up front, but it's kind of a redemption. I qualified good in the spring race here at Bristol, the day race, but came off a corner a little hard on lap 5 and T-boned it into the wall and ended early. But this is one of the tracks that I can handle, and man, it was a lot of fun.
Well, I saw you in practice. I saw you were quick in practice, and you came from 21st starting position, I believe, and ended up there on the podium. And my goodness, what a show you put on there trying to get second place at the end. Describe that for us there, huh?
Man, a guy's just trying to get some points and finish, and it's just fun. That's all I can say, man. That was a blast.
Well, hats off to you guys for running a clean race and finishing up front there and then getting yourself a podium finish at a tough racetrack here at Thunder Valley. Anybody you want to thank tonight?
How about Bismarck State College and our line workers program for letting me advertise for them?
Awesome. Great job tonight, Ralph. And I believe Earl James is going to be with our second place finisher, Jonathan Boger. Earl?
Yeah, Jonathan Boger brought it home in second place tonight. You got a copy?
I do.
Hey, man, you really had to work for it there at the end. Managed to get it by a nose there on the outside lane. Tell us about your race.
The race was pretty straightforward. I qualified good, which is always good at Bristol. But on that last caution, I didn't get caught up. We didn't get caught up really quick, so I missed pit road. So once I missed it, I was like, we're just gonna roll with it. And luckily, I kept in second place.
Yeah, and you were battling it out there with Brad the whole race. Were you keeping your eye on him throughout the pit strategy and everything? I know once you guys got shuffled back, you were in front of him, and I felt like that was still the race for it. Were you managing that at all?
Brad was probably a little quicker. I don't know, the first 2 runs we had, we were like pretty much 20 laps, and like towards the end of those, I was starting to catch him, but it's kind of hard to pass at Bristol on the bottom here.
Yeah, well, you put on a good show tonight. That was a great battle all race. You got anybody you want to thank?
I'd like to thank Lee Filter for them sponsor me, Anthony for letting me run the BeelineSim series car for him, and then congrats to Brad on the win.
Excellent. Yeah, congratulations again, Jonathan Boger, second place finish here at Bristol, and on to you in victory lane, Christian.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to run to victory lane. I forgot Brad was over here, so I still got to do some running every week, But with Brad Bohr in victory lane, and happy you're here. I've seen you all season long. Been waiting for you to get into victory lane. I finally get to interview you in victory lane in that sexy Monster Energy car. Tell us how you got it there.
Well, it kind of just started with having a good qualifying spot. Qualifying on the pole meant a lot. Track position was key tonight, and got shuffled back a few times, but we kind of seemed to make it up there. So, yeah, it was a fun race. It was a tough race for sure, and I'm glad we could pull it out for my first BeelineSims win.
Yeah, man. Leading the points all season, not having a win. How much pressure does this lift off your shoulders going into the chase now?
Oh yeah, it definitely. I can't really describe it because even being in the lead didn't really mean much because there's so many drivers with a win in this series. So I knew, the points lead wasn't going to do it for me. I had to get a win, and I'm just thankful I could do it.
Yeah, only one spot open left in the playoffs now after that win. So it is tight. And with you having the lead in the points and you getting that win, though, and all these other guys with wins, that even further locks you in. Because all those other guys with 1 wins, they're all behind you, so you don't even have to worry about them. So congrats on getting locked in here late in the season. So these next few races, though, now that you're locked in, are you going to go hard for wins, different than you have all season, going and just trying to get good finishes? Are you going to go for the win now?
Well, to be honest with you, I knew since, like I said, I knew I had to get a win. So I've really been going hard probably all year, just trying to get that win. So I think I'm gonna keep it up and just, like I said, try to keep shooting for wins. I think a lot of people now that do have wins are gonna have to start racing again in here just to make sure they can get their spot in the chase. So I think it's gonna be interesting next so many weeks.
It's going to be awesome to watch, and hopefully I'm here for them. Is there anyone anyone out there you want to thank?
I would just like to thank Monster Energy for sponsoring us and also for Beeline Sims and you guys broadcasting as well. I appreciate it.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us here at Bristol. And it was a crazy night. 8 cautions tonight in all. We're going to go ahead and run through the results real quick on screen here. The top 8 here, we kind of know because it was for the only 8 cars left on the track, I think. But Brad Bohr, Jonathan Boger, Ralph Vandervorst, Jim Westerfield, Mike Dillard, Chad Engel coming in 6th with that severely damaged car. I think he wrecked twice tonight. Still gets 6th. That's impressive.
Yeah, great rebound for that guy.
And
Sure.
Frank Russell and Jason O'Connor rounding out your top 8. Let's throw it over to Earl. You want to get 9th through 16th?
Yeah, David Bordney scored his 9th. He was the last car in the lead lap. Chris Watkins brought it home 24 laps down, but he brought it home 10th. Caleb Sheets ended up being 11th. Matthew George in 12th. Scott Seaman finished 13th. James Lehman, after all that, brought it home 14th. And Brant Morrow in 15th.
And James Dunn with a good solid finish there in 16th. Todd, we'll go ahead and throw it over to you for the remaining cars there from down to 24th, I think.
I apologize, but I inadvertently closed my race session, and I no longer have the results in front of me, man.
No problem.
Yeah, well, that's Todd
Sorry.
Gilly in 17th, George Munger in 18th, Trevor Rappo in 19th, Josh Susi in 20th, Douglas Hess 21st, Ed Adams 22nd, Justin Michael, early wreck 23rd there, Luis Almaso, that was a start in park 24th, Scott Hunzinger, and Braden Ames.
All right, that's going to round out your field for Bristol Motor Speedway. Brad Bohr, your winner tonight. I think that's like, I've lost count on how many different winners that is this season. It's like 15 or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, and that
It's
just
crazy
goes
number.
to show how great the racing is in the BeelineSim series.
It
There's
is.
a lot of guys winning here. They come here to race hard. The Beeline cars race so hard. I just want to mention, Christian, thank you for having me in the booth. That was my second time this season in the booth, and I had a blast. I want to thank everybody that tuned in, and I want you to subscribe, and I want you to like, and I want you to tune in next week for the BeelineSim series at Road America.
Oh, man, Road America.
sure.
I cannot wait. Love that
I want-
track.
Give me 1 second. I want to point out 3 highlights from the end of the race. One is Brad Bohr and the just outstanding effort that he made to pass the 17 car to get first place. 2 was Jonathan Boger being able to maintain second place after missing pit road. I didn't know he did it by accident. I thought I did it on purpose. And 3rd was the intense battle for second between Ralph and Jonathan. Those were all great highlights from the end of the race there. And with that, I would encourage everybody to watch us all here in the ECR every chance you get.
Absolutely. Make sure you tune in next week. We'll be here next Tuesday night at same time, 9:25, for Road America. I love racing at road courses, maybe not broadcasting it because it does get a little boring with no cautions, and it's so hard to keep up with all the action, but I'll do the best I can. Hopefully I have some people in here with me. We'll try to do one for every corner, maybe. try doing a little NBCSN on you guys, but we'll see you next week, see what we can get for you. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.